Good morning, hockey fans. Welcome to a new episode of the Five Hole, and we're finally back to talk about some NHL hockey, and not the Four Nations Four Nations face off, which was fantastic, by the way. Overall, great tournament for anybody who's either a new fan or an old fan of hockey. The Four Nations face off was spectacular from start to finish.
Yeah, we weren't on this week just because USA lost. We had to
Mm.
just grieve a
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah, yeah. Had to soak it in a little bit, but it's fun. It was a fun tournament and whatnot. But we're down to about 20 games left in the NHL regular season. Push for the playoffs is here. It's here,
Oof.
and it's not going to go anywhere. The trade deadline's right around the corner too, which is crazy. It seems really late this year. I don't know why. I mean, we get 20 games left in the regular season, and I don't think we've hit the trade deadline yet,
No,
which is
I think it's
crazy.
next week, right?
I think so. This is the 12th. Is the
Oh, dang, that's really late.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I want to say it's the 12th.
Oh,
I
well,
said it's really late this year.
speaking of the trade deadline, though, I keep hearing some rumbles that the Hurricanes might trade Mikko Rantanen.
Oh, it's the 7th. I'm sorry, it's the 7th. So it's this coming next Friday. Next Friday.
Oh,
Oh, that'd be perfect for us then. Perfect. Uh yeah, so yeah, I heard that rumor too that he's not happy in Carolina.
I don't blame them. They haven't. Will they have one win in February? So
It's not been a great month. That's for sure.
not great, Bob. Not great.
No. Let me look here. But I heard that too that he doesn't want to be Carolina, and Carolina doesn't know if they want to dump the money onto him if he doesn't want to be there.
How much of a botch is that if Carolina like trades him away somewhere? Like, what was the point of trading Nietzsche's
Yeah,
one of your best
which
guys in Jack Drury, who's a good two-way forward
yeah,
for
which
what? What was
he's
it, like a month rental?
I think something like that. Yeah, and it didn't get you anywhere. It really
Nope.
hasn't gotten you anywhere. Um, let's see, February they have 2 wins in February. They had a loss to the Hurricanes, a loss to the Kings, Jets, Wild. They beat the Utah Hockey Club, lost to Toronto, Montreal, and then they beat Buffalo on Thursday night.
Sheesh.
Yeah, not great. Not
I mean,
great.
they're at 72 points right now, but that Metro, I actually think you could put two teams in the Metro, not Jersey or Carolina. That's how bad they've been.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I think it's going to be interesting to see if they do um decide to move on from him, because I think that they thought this was going to be a replacement. I mean, an easy replacement for Martin Nikas, and it's not working out that way at all for
He
Carolina.
did he did score the other day.
He did. I
I think
see that
it's,
he had a goal in the throwback game where they were in the Hartford Whalers jerseys. Um,
they're not the
uh,
Whalers anymore, man.
mm,
So I don't know why they do that. It's
yeah,
like
I don't know.
that's like Tennessee putting on the Oilers. Like you're not in Houston anymore.
That's fair.
I don't know. I just think it's weird. I don't know if it gives fans a sense of hope they're coming back to Connecticut because it'll never happen.
Uh,
But I don't know.
no, I don't think that'll happen. Hartford's not. Unfortunately, Hartford's probably not going to come back.
No.
No. Um, they're 4-5. The Hurricanes are 4-5-1 in their last 10. They play the Edmonton Oilers, who are not playing good hockey either right now. Tonight, and they have back to back, so they're at home, but they play two Canadian teams. They play Edmonton tonight, and then they play the Flames tomorrow. So go Canes, because they need the Flames to lose right now. Every single chance they get, coming from a Blues fan. So just throwing that out there. Beat the Flames. I don't care if you beat the Oilers. Beat the Flames. Um, yeah, it's not looking pretty for Carolina.
Mm. I actually think that Columbus might jump over Jersey to take
Uh,
the Metro spot. They're only 4 points out, but they haven't been playing well without Markstrom.
yeah,
And we did say that might happen.
yeah.
Like, I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's the Sheldon Keefe effect where he does great in that first half and then they just start plummeting in
Yeah,
the second half.
the Devils.
Yeah. It's just
Yeah,
I mean that's always been a Sheldon Keefe team, and Sheldon Keefe has had better superstars than he has on Jersey.
yeah. We can jump into the standings talk really quick. Let me get it pulled up here.
But it's funny. I actually do have a little bit of hope for St. Louis.
Hey,
They are really knocking on that door.
I know.
What was it like 3 weeks ago? You guys were pretty much like
That's ain't
bottom
gonna happen.
sellers,
Yeah,
never gonna happen, and now you're only 3 points out of a wild card.
yeah. Hold on. But the Let's add something fancy to the show today. Here we go. We got a little bit of standings talk here. Early on in today's show, we got the Toronto Maple Leafs who have snuck their way up, 4-game win streak, find themselves sitting first place in the Atlantic Division. You got the Florida Panthers right behind them. And we'll talk about the Florida Panthers here in a minute, Matthew Tkachuk, because I heard that he might not play the rest of the season. I don't know. That's what I heard. I don't know how
I
true
heard
it
that
is.
too.
That he might not play the rest of the season. And Tampa Bay. Look at Tampa Bay. 7 straight wins, 8-1-1. This whole division right now is playing pretty solid hockey.
Who knew Jake Etzel would be a factor?
Yeah. How do you feel, Carolina, that you just let him walk?
It really shows something, that's for sure.
Yeah. I mean, you're looking at 3 really, really good teams. I think each of these 3 teams, I think, could make a run. I mean, it's going to suck that 2 of these teams are going to have to play each other in the first round to get to the next round. But
at least Toronto doesn't have to worry about Boston.
That's true.
So that's good for them. We could exhale a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, that is true. I think this division, I mean, I don't want to say it's wrapped up, but it looks like it's pretty wrapped up between these 3, at least for the 1, 2, and 3 seeds. So with 21 games left, 22 games left, and 20 games left, roughly. They're just going to bounce back and forth between each other.
Yeah, I mean, in Florida, we've seen them before. They're a sleeping giant. They're going to really start pushing like a month and a half before the season ends, maybe even a month before the season ends,
right?
And then get onto that wagon in the playoffs. So I'm really not worried about Florida. Their positioning can be anywhere. I'm really more concerned with Toronto, just because they've just been very spotty this year. Just in general, I don't know if it's just because of the Chief coming in. But if Mitch Marner plays like he did in the 4 Nations for Toronto the rest of the way, I think they're going to be pretty solid. Because I said it before, I'll say it again, John Tavares was a big cog for this team, and they needed a replacement, and it could be Mitch Marner.
That's fair. It's a fair comparison. I mean, they just need. I think Toronto. What Toronto needs is just to keep playing, just to keep things going. Don't let off the gas. If you're gonna let off the gas, it ain't gonna. You're not gonna go anywhere. But we'll see what happens with there in the Atlantic. With 20 games left, who do you think actually wins this division?
Tampa, I think, will.
Tampa. That's fair.
Mm-hmm. They're on a heater. They've done it before.
Yeah.
They have all the veterans still. I think they could win it. I think Florida just wants to be there. I think they don't care. As long as they're in the top 3, they don't care.
Yeah. How much is it going to affect? And I mean, again, I don't know how true the rumors were, but I saw earlier, was it early this week, that Matthew Tkachuk might not be available for the rest of the season due to, I guess, an injury that he got in the 4 Nations face-off. How much of an impact does that make on the Panthers? I mean, they're still 7. They're 7-3 in their last 10. Still, is it that big of a deal for them to lose Matthew Tkachuk for the rest of the year?
I mean, what did they do 2 years ago when he didn't play in the Stanley Cup Finals?
They were awful.
They got pumped
Yeah,
against Vegas. I'm not gonna say he's the biggest like piece, but he's definitely one of the biggest. I mean, granted, a lot of these guys are still veterans. They've been to two Stanley Cups
yeah,
in the last 2 years, won one, so they have the veteran leadership and the veterans to do it. So they could get into a decent run. It's just I don't know if they're going to win it all. If
right.
that makes sense.
Yeah,
So it's
Neither-
definitely going to be double-edged sword here.
yeah. There's too many tough teams in the East. Between you, I mean, you got Toronto and Tampa Bay there, but you don't even have. We haven't even talked about um, Washington or Carolina or New Jersey. I know we talked about Carolina a little bit, 4-5-1 in their last 10. Um, yeah, this is the complete opposite division right now, in my eyes. Outside of Washington, who's just running away with the one seed in the East. Um, I'm pretty
How
sure.
crazy was it that it was them in Seattle that had
Yeah,
nobody in the four nations, and Washington out of the gate scored 15 goals in 2 games?
yeah.
How nuts is that? They are so well rested. Why would the
Mhm.
NHL do this?
I don't know. I don't know.
But do you think though that Washington can make a deep run with who they have? Because like
My
we've seen it before with all these top teams win the President's Cup and then flounder.
yeah.
Like
My only concern is I mean I know Thomas has been there before. It being in Vegas and whatnot. But I think that's my one concern. And I don't think their division. I don't think the Metro. I mean, they're going to end up playing a wild card team, whether it's Columbus or Detroit or
Jersey.
Jersey. Yeah, somebody, one of those three teams. I mean, I don't want to kick Ottawa out, but they've lost 5 straight now.
And Brady Tkachuk might not play either.
Yeah, I saw this. He was injured too. Um, I have to look at Thompson's stats because I don't know him off the
They're
top of
just
my head.
great. whatever whatever
I mean,
stats
yeah,
they have,
there
they are just great.
he's having a pretty good season. That would be my only concern though is for Washington. I think I know Lynn Green played against the Blues last night or the other night. But I don't know. Maybe defensively too. That might be a little bit of a question mark is if they can keep up with some of the teams because they are still a little bit younger of a team if I remember correctly. Like they're not. They have some veterans, but they don't have as many as like Tampa or Toronto or Florida.
Yeah, no, they were young last year with
Yeah,
like an aging Ovechkin, which we thought go figure. And I don't know. This year they just have a lot of really good pieces. I think bringing in the Jacob Chikrins,
Mhm.
Pierre-Luc Dubois has been surprisingly good. He's gonna, I think by the end of the season, he actually might match his career high in points.
Yeah.
And he was with, I believe it was Winnipeg his last year.
Hmm.
So it's just like McMichael is nasty. There's a guy. There's another guy too. I think he's a big Russian. Who is he? I can't think of the top of my head. But it's just like he's like a nasty 6'4" Russian on that team for
Yeah.
Washington. So I mean they have all these pieces, and but again, TJ Oshie has not returned yet. They believe he's coming before the playoffs. That's
I
going
heard
to
they
be
might
an
make them wait till the playoffs.
oh, it might make him wait till the toast.
Yeah.
Even still,
Yeah.
TJ Oshie, another veteran Stanley Cup winner. I mean, sheesh, it's a lot of firepower. I don't know. I think these guys are like a big red machine just pushing through.
Yeah. And we're not
But
talking about Russia.
yeah. Oh no pun intended. Just because they're red. Because but I do think Columbus though takes that 3 spot.
Yeah, I can see
They've
that.
been playing lights out, and this young core they have is going to be amazing. And I think in the trade deadline, I saw this from Beerly Hockey. I think this is good too. They should get Brock Besser to help
From
them out.
Vancouver.
Yeah, because I
Yeah.
mean Vancouver's just slowly lighting the fire in that
Yeah,
dumpster. But yeah, Columbus, I think, can make up to the third in the Metro. I think it's more than a feel good story, and I think they can win a playoff series.
I definitely think they could. I agree with that 100%. That they can. I mean, I think that they're a good team, and you get to see them in person today a little bit more than we normally get to, or at least some of us get to, with the Stadium Series against the team that's above them right now in the Red Wings. So that should be a very good, very solid game today. So it should be a fun one. Is there any other team though? I mean, I don't want to. I mean, Montreal just lost. They just lost a guy for the rest of the season too. I had his name on my head that I
Did
forgot.
they? Interesting.
Gosh dang it, Kirby Dack.
Oh yeah, I saw that last night.
Yeah.
His knee, right?
So I think so. Yeah, Kirby Dack's out for the rest of the season for the Canadians. So that's a big. I mean, I think that's a big loss for them.
Absolutely, that is a big loss.
They're
just a young team, man.
Yeah. I don't know if there's anybody else in the East that's gonna give the Red Wings and the Blue Jackets a run at either of the two wildcard spots.
Nah, it was great a few weeks ago where everyone was really tight, but I don't see anyone really coming out of the fire.
Yeah.
Boston's terrible. Rangers are the Rangers. I don't know.
They're
blue line.
They're the one team though that I think could make a little bit of a push.
I mean, Zibanejad is saying that every game he's playing now is like the playoffs, so that means we're not going to be good.
Yeah.
But then again, it's March now, so Mika March kind of comes into play a little bit, but I think it's too late for us.
Yeah.
In all honesty, I hope we don't make the playoffs.
You'd rather not make the playoffs than make the playoffs?
I would not want to be like Washington from last year, just squeak in just to get swept. Nah.
Yeah.
This is just a bad Rangers team.
Yeah. I would rather see the Red Wings and the Blue Jackets get in just because I think they're more fun. They're better teams to watch right now.
It's just good hockey.
Yeah.
They're playing good hockey right now. Like that's what you want to see in the playoffs. You don't want to see like dog water teams.
Right.
Coming in.
Yeah. I mean, you're going to look at teams that are, you're going to have teams that are well above probably, I'm going to say well above 500, but could be, 4 or 5 games above 500, miss out on the playoffs this year in the Eastern Conference too, which is, it's a good thing if you're a hockey fan.
Mm.
It's a good thing, I guess, because that means the seasons have been more competitive and you're not looking at like the NBA where there's a team that's 10 games under 500 who makes the playoffs.
Yeah, exactly.
So
weird.
Just a thought. No surprise. The rest of the conference, though, you got the Islanders at the bottom, Flyers, Penguins, and the Buffalo Sabres, who I don't even know what to say about Buffalo anymore.
I think the Pagula should just stay away from that team.
It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I think they're dipping their hands in that team. It's clearly not working.
No, it just I don't get it.
And Pittsburgh looks like they should just trade Erik Karlsson.
They should
and possibly Sidney Crosby to Colorado.
Nah, don't say Colorado. Don't say Colorado. Don't say Colorado.
Hey man, he wants to win. That's
fine.
Best shots.
Go play with Ovechkin in Washington. I don't just go to Toronto. Don't go to Colorado. Don't go to Colorado. I don't think they. I think what happened with Colorado is they took a leap of faith with the Nikas trade, and it's working out for them. So I don't know how much more they'll. I don't know how much more they'll actually go after.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm just saying because his contract is friendly.
I know. Yeah,
it could work.
Right, just come to St. Louis. You'll love St. Louis. Toast ravioli. It's fine. It's fine. Jumping over to the Western Conference, I don't know if I've ever seen a 3 seed in the division have a negative goal differential. Um,
While
and then
missing a superstar
yeah,
for their team at least.
yeah, and it's the Minnesota Wild who are now 34, 22, and 4, 72 points, are on the verge of being knocked out of that third spot actually by the Colorado Avalanche, who are I believe 72 points as well. If I remember, yeah, 72 points as well for the Colorado Avalanche. So, um,
It's looking
couple of
quite aggressive in the West. Now it's becoming the Wild Wild West.
yeah, literally, the only team I think that's in the clear, 100% for sure. Well, two teams, Winnipeg and Dallas. Those two are for like right now for sure locks in the playoffs. And Vegas. Vegas
I
is a
think
lock.
I think Dallas needs to do more trades
Yeah,
because I feel like their blue line is trash. Like Matt Dumba is not Minnesota Matt Dumba.
right.
He is just looking very slow, and I think this is probably where you could throw in like an Eric Carlson.
Well, I know they've been tied to Seth Jones
Seth
quite a
Jones
bit.
is interesting, and I like what he said in that post game where he basically said, "This team sucks. Get me out of here."
Yeah,
Nah, I'm just paraphrasing, but that's pretty much what he said. He was like,
right.
"This team sucks. Just get me out of here," which I love because Chicago is just a dumpster fire.
Are you talking about oh gosh dang it.
He said it like 2 nights ago or something,
Who
or
was
a
it?
few nights ago. And he was just basically paraphrase it, but basically saying like this team sucks.
Did you
You know?
see the look on Connor Bedard's face the other night?
Oh
A
yeah,
little,
he's
yeah.
frustrated, man. He is
Yeah,
frustrated. But this is what happens when you go to a bad team. Like you
right.
gotta work your way to the top.
Yeah.
But
Let's see. Let me see here. There's a lot more defensemen that are on this list. Pavarov from Columbus is on here, believe it or not. He's final year of a 6-year contract with a 6.75 million average annual value. Wouldn't be a bad pickup for Dallas. It's a lot of money, but
I mean, what do you have to lose? Because it's like you need to do something. You really don't have much on your blue line.
right. There's David Savard. He's in final year of his 4-year contract with a $3.5 million average annual value. He's won a Stanley Cup with Tampa in 21. Maybe goes back to Tampa. Who knows?
Mm.
Let's see. Who else is on here? Carson Soyce. Soyce, I think I said it right. Oh wow. Eesh. That's a lot for a guy who's 6-year contract starting next season, 5.5 million starting next season. This season it's 3.25.
Mm.
This 30-year-old could be considered an upgrade as a top 4 defenseman for a team hoping to go on a long playoff run like the Dallas Stars.
I mean, yeah, I mean, Cody Cece's got to be part of that package for something because he's
Yeah.
just been terrible for them.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
who do you really have? Lindell and Thomas Harley.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah. Winnipeg's if you're locking in Winnipeg for sure to the playoffs. I think you lock Dallas in. You can lock the Stars into the playoffs. Minnesota, I don't know
They might be out. I mean, if you look at the wild card,
yeah.
even though if Colorado's probably going to take it to that 3 seed. So let's just say we have them in there, the
Yeah.
Wild. Utah Hockey Club's moving, man. They got some really
3
good
straight.
guys, and they're 2 out of the 2nd seed. Vancouver
Mhm.
sucks. Shout out again, Billy Hockey. I listened to him the other night. Didn't even realize that Matt Rempe has more goals scored than Elias Pettersson right now.
Yep.
In the time frame, not in general. Vancouver's done, man. Who knew JT Miller was not the problem. And so I think it could be a tight between Utah, Calgary, and possibly Minnesota. It just depends. St. Louis is there, but I
Wow.
don't want to give you guys any hope.
I was gonna say, you don't want to throw the 1 point
I've been
behind Utah.
trying. I've been trying, but you St. Louis boys do not want St. Louis in.
No,
Because of
I
course, Jordan Binnington wants to be really good
he
in the
is
Four
good. He is
Nations
good. There is no
at
wants to
TD
be.
Garden.
He is good. He is good. He is good.
Dude's looking like Marty Brodeur in his prime at TD Garden. Like, Jesus.
I
Why don't you
know.
go play for the Bruins if that's the case?
Yeah. No, it only works if it's a win or go home game.
True that.
It doesn't work during the regular season. It's only win or go home games that he's lights out in.
Oh, God. But
Yeah.
yeah, I could definitely see two different teams right there in the wild card for the West.
Yeah. I don't know if anybody. I think Minnesota gets in. I don't think they're a team to be a threat in the West. I don't think they're that good of a team right now. They're not playing really good hockey.
I don't think they can play all the way games though in the playoffs.
No, which is very surprising because my understanding, like, again, I think I said this a couple weeks ago, like, whenever the Blues went to play in Minnesota, like, that's a tough place to play. Typically, they're 13-13-1 at home. It's a little shocker. Why they're
Just a wee bit.
so much better on the road than they are at home is mind-boggling. They'd be right there with Winnipeg if they were, 27 and 27-1 at home instead of 13-13-1.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at too. LA in the division. I don't know either.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think that division's changing much. They might snag the 2 seed though. Get a home ice advantage.
That would be nuts. And did you see that Leon Draisaitl goal the other night?
I did not know.
Against Calgary? Oh my God, dude. It was insane. Work of art.
I did not see that one. No, I didn't see that. I did not see that goal. I don't know. I think we'll just see what happens in the West. I think Minnesota falls out of the 3 seed. I don't think the Kings will end up jumping. I don't know. Edmonton's not playing good either. 5 straight losses now.
Again, who would have thought Blue Line actually needs to be good?
Yeah. That's fair. I think Colorado jumps. I think Colorado could even give Dallas a little bit of a run for the second seed.
They could, yeah.
Yeah.
Because, their goaltending's a little sus, but again, that's what they don't care. They have a lot of firepower.
Right. Yeah, they'll give up 4 or 5 goals because they know they can score 6.
Exactly.
Which is crazy. Flames, Utah, St. Louis. I think Anaheim. Anybody below Anaheim is out of it. As much praise as I gave Anaheim because they're playing. They're 7-2-1 in their last. 10 games. Also, 59 points. There's a game above 500. They were a team that I thought was going to be at the bottom of the conference again. So I'm a little surprised.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for San Jose. They're getting there. You got to take a little bit of time, but they're getting there.
I don't know.
They're just picking up a lot of good pieces. So this is going to take a little bit of time. Georgiev is not your answer at goalie. So
no, neither is Askers or whatever his name is.
Oh, Askarov? Oh, come on! It's his first year. He's a rook.
No, this is not his first year. He was in Nashville.
Yeah, but for the AHL team.
No.
But speaking of Nashville, you were making right into my point. Barry Trotz has said that if anyone doesn't want to be here, I will trade you. So I know they have some pretty bad contracts, but they also have some decent ones where they can get value. How much blow up should this team do?
The only person they should look to get rid of is Soros and Forsberg.
It sucks that they got to get rid of Forsberg, but Soros.
Yep.
I think the years would kind of hurt a team, no?
It would. It would. But if you're a team like Edmonton, do you care?
No. I
No.
was actually waiting for them to get John Gibson because didn't the Ducks make a trade for a goalie?
They did, actually. Yes. Yes.
And I'm like, okay, so that means Gibson's going to go. So Edmonton should be a knock on the door. I don't care what Stuart Skinner did. I've said he's trash. They just need to realize that he is. But would you trade Gustav Nyquist? I know he's 35, but he might
Mm,
have like a little bit of value
I
from
don't
like a
know.
third, fourth line team that needs something. I mean, you can't get rid of Brady Shea, which I wish you could because just doesn't fit in this scheme.
Right.
But his contract is just trash, and then it's like no one's gonna want Marchessault, even though he's been playing pretty good. But it's just his contract. I mean, do you trade Ryan O'Reilly?
I
He
don't
does
think
have some
I don't think
championship
he is traded.
experience.
Yeah, I don't think he goes though.
He doesn't want to leave, even though they're not good. Or is his contract?
I just don't see him. I don't see them trading him. I don't.
Hmm.
Let me see here. Oh, it was Billy Huso. The Ducks got Billy Huso.
Oh yeah, Detroit. Because
Yeah.
Detroit has really good goalies, so they want to get rid of their young
Right.
guy.
Yeah. And you know what's crazy? Like I saw that when I saw that trade. Now that I remember it, um, there was Blues fans that were thinking that Billy Huso was going to um, overtake Jordan Bennington for his starting position. No,
Wow.
no. There was a trade just the other day though. Kings and Wild. Um, the Wild got center Tyler Madden. Kings got defenseman Joseph Sassoni. Sassoni.
That's not
Yeah,
too bad. That's just a good like swap for
1 for
swap.
1, spot for swap. Nothing too crazy on that
Mm.
one. Oh, we have a comment. Hello. Oh, go Sharks. Go Sharks.
Yeah,
Enjoy
go
the bottom of the
Sharks.
West. Enjoy the bottom of the Western Conference. You might
Bottom
jump
feeders.
Chicago. You might jump Chicago.
I hope so. I mean, although they are 1-6-3, so you never know.
Chicago's 2-6-2.
Exactly. So
So
you never know.
all you gotta do is beat them once. Let's see. Let's see if they play each other because now I'm curious.
I
I
bet
bet
they do.
I bet they do. The Blues ended their season with the Sharks early, and I was like, thank God. I don't have
I
to worry
know.
about
What the
that anymore.
heck?
Because for some reason the Blues can't beat the
Yes,
Sharks.
they do. They play them March 13th.
Oh, let's go. We'll be
So
live
they
streaming that game.
Oh yeah. I will definitely use my ESPN Plus for that. Nice little 10:30 on a Thursday.
They got a lot of home games. Holy crap. 5 away games in March for the San Jose Sharks. I'll tell you what, though, their schedule's awful. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious. Yeah, Ottawa, Toronto,
Gauntlet.
Buffalo is a win. Should be. Maybe
Should.
not. Colorado lost. Islanders probably lost. Nashville beat Nashville. That's fair. Chicago, I hope you beat them just to put Chicago in the bottom. Washington lost, and you get like a 5-day break, and then you play Carolina, loss. Boston, probably a loss.
Yeah.
Toronto again, loss. Rangers,
Rangers, who knows?
loss. And then the Kings on a back-to-back.
That's a loss.
They have a weird schedule though for the end of the wow. You play Washington on the 15th, and then you don't play again until the 20th, and you play Boston on the 22nd, and then you don't play Toronto again until March 27th.
It's
So you get
weird.
2 5-day breaks in there, 4-day breaks, and you get back-to-backs.
It's weird.
That's very weird. And then you finish the season. Ooh, at Anaheim. Okay, that could maybe be a win. Edmonton, probably lost. Seattle, well, Could win. Flames, just beat the Flames. I don't care. Beat the Flames. Anybody who's playing the Flames the next month and a half, just beat the Flames. Beat Utah. Beat Vancouver. I don't care. Fine. Just do it. We want to see the Blues in the playoffs. We want to see Jordan Binnington in the playoffs. That's all that matters. That's all that matters.
I mean, Jim Montgomery will get you there.
That's true. That's true. That's why they brought him in. That's why they brought him in. Any final thoughts on the stand? I didn't realize we were 35 minutes, 36 minutes into the show already.
Hey, man, it's getting crazy out here in these standings. Understandable.
Not bad.
But no, I think I'm good.
Yeah. We'll end it here in the standings talk there. Just kind of got carried away with the standings and talk.
It's getting wild. It's getting wild.
I mean, it is. It's fair to say that that's the case. You brought up something before we started. You know, there's been the whole mid-century or quarter-century team, not mid-century. It's not 50 years. Mid-quarter-century team that have come out over the last, month, 2 months or so. And what was it? The top 5 teams of the last 25 years?
Yeah, like the top 5 franchises in the last 25 years.
You just want to do this together? We could do it. We'll just try to nail off 5 teams.
Yeah.
Top 5 teams of the last 25 years. Who's number 5?
I would have to go with, I want to say Colorado.
The year they won the cup?
Yeah, plus they've just been really good as well. They won one recently too.
You just talk about like just overall franchises in the last 25 years? Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I think teams that's like a little too hard. Like you can't be like, oh,
Right.
I want the 2016 Penguins. Like that's
Yeah. I mean, we could do that too.
Oh yeah, that's gonna have to be like I gotta do my research.
Yeah. Top 5 franchises. Let me change it. Of the last 25 years. As awful as they've been the last 3 years or so, I think you have to put the San Jose Sharks in there.
Ooh, interesting.
I think the Sharks deserve. I think they deserve to be in there. I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna give you all the stats. I'm gonna get everything that you need.
I would not have picked that. Although I will go for number 3, Chicago. Even though they're a little dippy now, but those Chicago teams are really good in the quarter century.
That's fair. So we're looking from 2000, right?
Yep.
From 2000. Bear with me. It's 25 years of stats. So
unfortunately, I will help you out, and I will definitely Boston has to be number 1 just because they've just been nasty.
See, I was thinking more, and I hate to say it, but I think Chicago would be 1.
You want Chicago 1? Okay, we can put Chicago 1.
I think Chicago 1. You get 3 Stanley Cups in 25 years. That's pretty good.
That's true too.
That's pretty good. They've only been not great the last 3 years, just like San Jose.
Yeah.
The only difference is San Jose hasn't won a cup.
True. They've been to cups. They just haven't won.
They've been
cups.
to just one.
Oh, yeah, sure. Against Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh has to be 2.
Pittsburgh has to be 2. Ooh. Yeah, I mean, Sid the Kid gave them all their cups for this quarter century.
They won what? 3 also, didn't they?
Yeah. 1,
and you
3,
can't,
been to 4.
Never mind. I changed my number 1. It's got to be Detroit.
Detroit?
No, it doesn't have to be Detroit.
See, this is why I said that because you could put Tampa Bay in there.
You could put Tampa Bay in there
as a top 25 team, so it's just like,
dang.
I mean, this is very premature, but I mean, you could say Vegas, but it's just way too premature.
You can't count Vegas. I can't count Vegas.
Yeah, they're just too premature.
I can't count Vegas.
Yeah.
The last 25 years, we're looking at teams that have been around for 25 years.
Yeah.
Anyway, let me get back to the Sharks really quick before. So 2000. 2000, they went 40, 27, and 12. 2001, 2002, they went 44, 27, and 8. 2002 to 2003, not a great year, 28, 37, and 9. And then they went 43, 21, and 12, 44, 27, 51, 26, 49, 23, 53, 18, 51, 20, 48, 25, 43, 29, 25 and 16 during the shortened year of the lockout in 2012. 51 and 22 in 13 14, 40 and 33, 46 and 30 in 15 16, 46 and 29 in 25 or no 15 16, 46 and 29 in 16 17, 45 and 27, and then 46 and 27. And this is where the drop off has started. So then they went 29 and 36, then 21 and 28, 32 and 37, and then 22, 44, 19, and 54. So just been really the last 4 or 5 seasons. Is it worth? Is it? Are they? Maybe not. Maybe they are a top 5 team, top 5 franchise in the last 25 years.
You could put the Devils in there if you wanted to.
You could. You could also put the Dallas Stars.
Could. They haven't won a cup, but they've been to one.
They've been a couple of them. They won a cup, didn't they, with Brett Hall?
I thought that was 99, though.
Was it 99? That might have been 99.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is tough.
Yeah, I had to think about this too. So shout out to Game Misconduct because they had a listener put it in, and I was like, does he mean teams or franchises? And then I was
I think we have to we have to do it. We have to have number 5. Let's go number 5. We'll just start from there.
Yeah.
Give me the LA Kings.
Okay. Over Colorado?
Yeah, over Colorado.
Okay.
In the LA Kings, because they won almost as many Stanley Cups as the Blackhawks did, and were just as good. They were battling back and forth for 6 years, back and forth. If LA wasn't there, it was Chicago in the Cup final.
True. You can say that, yeah. Okay, so that's 5.
I say LA 5.
All right, 4.
Gosh dang. Give me Colorado. No, I don't want to say Colorado.
All right, Colorado 4.
Because they had some really bad years.
Yeah.
Really bad years.
Yeah, I remember that one. They were battling us, the Rangers, for dead last in the NHL at one point when they were doing their rebuild. The rebuild years. Okay, so we got.
Give me the Penguins at 4.
Penguins 4 instead of Colorado.
4. All right.
And then 3.
This is
if you don't want Boston in general, I'm cool with it. I don't care with those guys. I will put Tampa in there, and I hate Tampa.
This is tough. This is where it gets tough. Gosh dang, because Detroit hasn't been to the playoffs in 10 years.
Yeah, it's pretty sad for that franchise.
They had complete opposite section. They had really, really good beginning. The first half of the 25 years were really good, and the last half have not been good at all. So,
yeah,
I don't think
Tampa's been to 4 cups and won 3.
That's fine. I'll give me Tampa Bay at 3. Tampa Bay at 3. That's fair. That's
because I mean, Boston has I think they have probably the most wins because those teams are just nasty.
Yeah,
but they only won 1 cup.
I'll go Boston 2 and then Chicago 1.
That seems fair.
Yeah,
I think Detroit's just knocking on the door.
Detroit's there. They're just because of the last 10 years. I mean, they've not been
all because blanking right now. Mike Babcock went to Toronto.
Yeah. So yeah. So what is it? What did I say?
So we got Kings 5.
Kings 5.
Pittsburgh 4.
Pittsburgh 4.
Tampa 3.
Yeah, Boston 2, Chicago 1.
Yeah, Boston 2, Chicago 1.
Yeah.
So, anyone that watches this later on, put in the comments what your top 5 franchises
Yeah.
are. We could be wrong. We're not the greatest experts. We know our stuff, but people are different. So, put that in the comments below.
I don't know what else you could argue. Who else you could argue that'd be in there?
You'd be surprised. People
Edmonton?
like to argue. Mm-mm.
You can't throw Edmonton in there because they were awful.
Can't throw them in there.
Yeah.
They had 3 number 1 picks back to back. Oh no, 3 out of the last 4 years they had number 1 picks.
Yeah. Yeah, those are the only teams that I think.
I mean, you could people will probably say Washington somehow.
You could throw Washington in there.
They had one, but they've had very good playoff success, except for the Rangers.
Yeah.
But that's something I could think of. They could put in Dallas too, just because of the
Dallas
success. Like they could throw them in there,
right?
But who knows?
Yeah. Do you got top 5, or are you just in there?
No, that was pretty much my top. I mean, the only thing I maybe what it did is take out LA, maybe put New Jersey.
That's fair.
Just because of what they did in 01, 03, 12, and I think they went to another cup and didn't they go to 3 cups that span? Oh, didn't they win it in 2000 or 2001?
They won it one of the years Brodeur was there.
Yeah, I thought they went. So maybe they went to one in 2003 or they won in 03.
They went back to one against the Kings.
That was 2012.
Yeah,
I remember that series. I know that I think they won one 01, 03 and went in 2000 or something like that.
Makes sense. The Brodeur years makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it Brodeur?
Yeah.
Might have been. Yeah.
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 Don't worry, he wasn't the blue for that long.
No, but he'll always go down as a blue.
Oh God.
Martin Brodeur, the St. Louis Blue legend.
Oh God. Isn't he still part of the front office?
I don't know if he is anymore or not. I think he might still be. Just loves St. Louis that much.
I guess so. I know his son is coming up soon in the draft. I don't think this year, but I think his son's coming.
Yeah. It doesn't say. Why doesn't it say what his current? Hold on. I'm going to find it because if not, it's going to bother me. Current job. Oh, no. He's the executive vice president of hockey operations for the New Jersey Devils.
Oh, he went back to Jersey. Interesting. Yep. I know he was with St. Louis for a while.
Yeah. After he retired, he stayed in St. Louis for 5, 6, 7 years.
Also, he left when you guys won the cup.
I think so.
Or right? Oh no, he was there for the cup.
Yeah,
he was there for 5 years.
He played for the Blues for 6 games before retiring in 2015. Joined the Blues front office before returning to the Devils in 2018. So he was in St. Louis for 3 years. Went to the Devils before the Blues won the cup.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Again, that's Blues all-time legend Martin Brodeur.
You should get a shirt that says that.
You said to get a shirt that says that?
Yeah, just walk around St. Louis with it.
Just put 30 on the back of it.
Yeah. St. Louis Blues legend.
How many games did he play? 6.
What up?
Yeah. Yeah. It's just as great as the other all-time legend, Wayne Gretzky.
What was his record?
Shit, I don't know.
So 6 games, what was he like? 3-3? 6 games?
Stats, not career stats. Yeah, no. Yeah, 3-3.
Oh my God.
3-3 with the 2.87 goals against and 1 shutout. Yeah, 1 shutout.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
He's like, all right, peace.
Yep. All-time Blue legend, Martin Brodeur.
Oh my God.
All right, we'll wrap this one up. I don't have anything else to talk about today.
No,
Trade
I'm good.
deadlines next week.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Might be on Friday night, depending on how crazy the trade deadline is. We'll see. If not, it can wait till Saturday morning, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
some wild trades are gonna happen.
I think so. I think we're in for a very interesting trade deadline.
Yeah,
Curious what Carolina is going to do if Winnipeg makes any types of moves. Washington, if they decide to change anything up, or they're just going to roll with what they have. Does Colorado make a stab at Sidney Crosby, like you say? What are
everyone's
the
saying that.
Minnesota what are the Minnesota Wild do? Lots of question marks. Lots of question marks. And it's not even just them. You got to look at teams like Anaheim. Do they decide to get rid of John Gibson? Do they move on from him? Is that why they got Ville Husso? Because they know they're going to end up letting him go. Do the Blues do the Blues decide to just abandon ship and say, "No, we're not going to try to make the playoffs this year, even though you're only 3 points out of a playoff spot right now"? Do you let guys go? I know Jordan Kyrie's name's been thrown around the trade rumor market, which I think is absolutely ridiculous that that's even a thought. We'll see what happens. Your Rangers going to make a push for anybody? No. Aaron's like, no, just put me out of my misery this year. Don't make me watch hockey in May.
Yeah, just let the kids play. Now, the only trade I'm looking for is getting Ryan Leonard from Washington.
For Adam Fox?
I don't even care at this point. It doesn't matter.
He's like, okay,
nah, because if Ryan Leonard gets traded to the Rangers, Gabe Perreault, teammate at BC, will come as well.
And
that dude's nasty.
That's fair. Be interesting deadline. Have fun watching the Columbus Blue Jackets and Detroit Red Wings battle it out in a very important game today at Ohio Stadium, where home of the Ohio State Buckeyes. Should be a good game. Two teams battling out for a wild card or for a playoff spot, and not only just a playoff spot, but a spot in their division too. So it should be a great game. You can check that out today as well. There's tons of others, like one other game on today, surprisingly. I think
maybe they have 12 games. I think it's a big day today for
maybe that's just
hockey.
ESPN who has.
I'm just curious if they're gonna do the cannon at the shoe.
You have to.
That'd be pretty cool to see. It looks like it's gonna be a cool stadium. I think it might be. I'm gonna say I think it'll be better than the Blues Blackhawks.
I could see that happening.
I could see it being better than that.
I could see that happening. Bruins and Penguins play at 2:00 on ABC. Is what I saw today.
Ew.
Yeah. So lots of early games. You get the Predators and Islanders and Capitals at Lightning at 11:30 a.m. Central Standard Time, so 12:30 East Coast time. Early hockey games today. Flames and Panthers at 2:00. Bruins, Penguins at 2:00. And you get the Red Wings and Blue Jackets at 5 p.m. This is all Central Standard Time, by the way, because I'm in St. Louis, so just deal with it. Canadians Sabres at 6. Sharks, Senators at 6. Oilers, Hurricanes, Flyers, Jets also at 6:00 tonight. The Devils take on the Utah Hockey Club. Blackhawks take on the Ducks. Oh, Devils and Utah Hockey Club is at 8:00. 8:00.
That should be going on. I'm watching that Kings Blues. What up?
Yeah. Hawks and Ducks play at, and I'm not talking about the Mighty Ducks. The Blackhawks and the Anaheim Ducks play at 9:00. Kings and Kraken at 9:00. Is that all? Did I miss something?
Well,
I did miss something. Kings and Blues.
Yeah, I was about to say I'm watching the Kings Blues at 8:00.
Kings and Blues. Blues only 8 points behind the Kings in a non-division game. Just for the fun of it, just wanted to say that. Why not? Positivity speaks loudly. Let's go Blues.
That's funny.
It's a big game. Hopefully they can get a win. But we'll see you next week. Make sure you like, subscribe, do all the fun stuff that you do. for all your other shows that you watch that are apparently more important than us. So I'll see you next Saturday. Aaron, I think will be here, should be here. We'll probably be here. Who knows who else? We might have a special guest. Who knows? You never know. That's the fun part about it. See you next time.